is a continuation of the class we have done previously. So whoever has participated, it will find familiarities of this explanation. And what we are really is discovering is finding the place of that fully aliveness. But what, let's have a different perception to understanding the awareness of this. Have you ever inquire yourself that are we fear of being fully alive? Now, this is a very important space for us because a lot of people, they say they have ideas, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a way of they're working through their purpose of life. It can be a job related. But some people postpone things so much because they say the environment is not correct. I don't want to show myself too much. I don't want to take this responsibility too much. And that's because deep down there is something that brain predict to protect you in your time of transitioning from a young age to an adult stage. And this addiction to postponing life has been there because one time you were told you were not old enough to do things. Then second time the life is say you are too old to do that. Or can you see uh, where I'm pointing this at? So you are constantly in the struggle of the environment is not good, the political parts are not good, economic parts are not good, health parts are not good. And you eventually find the peace feel very unsafe because that conflict create familiarity to many nervous system. When you say you want silence, but when the silence comes, you want to bring back your chaos into it. When the spaciousness arrives, you want to gather the chaotic part of you back into that. When the ease comes, you don't feel you're alive, so you want ease to go away and you disrupt the ease. And so, because they offer these problems for the mind to organize around, this doesn't not mean peace is wrong, but it simply means the body is learning a new language and you don't want that language to be because you love to have familiarity and answers to your conflict in a conflict way. But when things arise you to see and grow into the places, you shy away from it. So that is what I was trying to give. It's almost like living without permission. Permission is silently sought from the world. So anyone gather information from the world, permission to rest, to create, to love, to say no, to change direction, or to be joyful. You have to understand it is totally different when you want the outer surface to give that permission for you to thrive. So you always goes, oh, they don't recognize me, or you won't recognize me, or you are not grateful of me. So see these little subtle things. If those places are what you're working with, it's about not being perfect. It's about finding these subtle repetitions so that we can very gently go into these places. Life is rarely granted by external approval, even we want that to happen. It grows from recognizing that awareness itself is ready to complete before achievement or the validation. So even in the difficulty, you're going to take it very well and you're going to work through it. There is a validation that happens on a much more deeper level, on a nervous level, awareness level, but it's not a validation. It's just you complete the space for yourself to rest in that space. So we are again directing this class into the presence. So saying that now I will move the camera towards Darren. So take a deep breath in and prepare yourself. Find the posture that allows you to be supported rather than held. Let your hand rest naturally. There is nothing to force today. Nothing to perfect here. Simply allow yourself to arrive. Now gently become aware of your breathing. Do not change it. Feel the body breathing by itself. Notice that life has been moving through you long before you began paying attention. Our shoulders roll back, opening up. Gently scan the body. Notice the forehead. Notice the jaw. Just this moment. Notice the throat, shoulders, the chest, the belly, the pelvis. If you don't discover tension, there is no need to remove it. Simply let it be seen. Now, what is happening in this scene? Your thoughts are not focused on outside. Bring to the mind the possibility that something beautiful could enter your life. Not by thought, perhaps love today. Not to the identity, but to the space that you're discovering. Healing, creativity, or deep rest. Now, arms raised onto the crown, interlacing the fingers. Observe the body for the first response. Does it soften or does it quietly prepare? There is no right answer, only the honest observation. Stretch, 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 stretch. Twist the spine on the out breath to the right side. Notice how quickly the mind begins to predicting even my instructions before anything has happened. Back into the center. Arms raised onto the crown, interlacing the fingers, palms facing up, 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 elbows stretch. Observe the stories begin to appear. Rather than following them, become interested in the moment before the story is there. Out breath, twist the spine to the left side. Back into the center. Stretch your neck to the right side. Keep that left shoulder dropping. Left arm stretching onto the left side towards the floor. Stretching the neck to the right side. Dropping the right shoulder. Now feel the difference between a memory and this living moment. Now stretching the neck. Whatever it is there for you, it is a living moment. Memory belongs to yesterday. It's not about the yesterday's neck, yesterday's stretch. Sensations belongs to now. People don't feel alive when they don't know the sensation of now. What they interpret is the sensations of their difficult thoughts constantly. That belongs to the story, that belongs to yesterday. Would you go and eat yesterday's food that was lying down outside on the table? There is no flavor. But yet we keep on going into the yesterday thought, yesterday event. Maybe we go even day before yesterday. Maybe we go to months, years into back. So let awareness return again and again to the direct experience here. Now very gently stretch the neck to the other side and right arm stretching onto the right side. onto the floor. You can allow the arms, hands to stretch the way it is experiencing. Back into the center. Now imagine setting down every role for a few breaths. The helper, the achiever, I'm the only one, the impressed one, the one protects. Simply a human being breathing. Even the actors take time from their roles that they play. Back into the center, collapse into the spine, onto the out breath, onto a seated cat. Allow the silence to become the companion instead of the problem. If the mind reaches for something to do, notice that movement with kindness and return to the breathing. It's not that I should have done this or I should have not done this. Breathing in, tongue roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze onto the third eye. Allow the silence to become the companion instead of the problem. If the mind reaches for something to do, notice that. Ask quietly within yourself, if nothing inside me needed protection in this moment, what would this breath feel like? Do not search for answers. Let the question open the space rather than close it. I'm entering into the fear of being fully alive. Back into the center. Take a deep breath in and left leg into the back. Keep the right hip open. Shoulders roll back. Settle. Settle. Shoulders roll back. Breathing in. Fall forward and walk those palms, walk those elbows, releasing the tension. Now drop the elbows, go further. Now ask this quietly to yourself, exactly that on an energy level. If nothing inside me needed protection in this moment. Because some wants to buy a house, some wants to buy a car, some wants to have a job, some wants to be in a peaceful place, some want to be in the mountains, someone want to be in the forest, someone want to be in the ocean, someone wants to be healed, someone. If nothing inside me needed protection, what would this breath feel like? Start energetically, prepare yourself to feel. Do not search for answers. Let the question open the space rather than close it. So finally, notice the awareness itself has remained present throughout. Even you have interpreted into a story. Thoughts have changed, feelings have changed, sensations have changed. Yet that simple knowing the experience have remained unchanged. Rest here for a few breaths. When you're ready, gently deepen the breath, feel the contact between your body and the floor, and slowly coming back. Carry this curiosity into the space of the rest of the class, not trying to become someone else today, but by allowing yourself to meet the life a little bit more completely. Not a shallow life, not a poetry life, not an imagined life, but a life that is living, life that is breathing, life that is full of sensations of the present. Blank, strong on the pelvic floor. Drop the knees and stretch the spine. Close your eyes for the moment. Allow the body to arrive. The mind does. There is nowhere to reach, nothing to achieve, nothing you need to become during this practice. Simply notice that life is already here. It was not there yesterday. It was not there in the future. Simply notice that life is already here. Breathing. So what are the things? Breathing, moving, feeling, without asking your permission. Perhaps today is not about learning something new. Perhaps it's not about noticing something that has quietly. It is about notice something that has quietly been present all along. Rolling and bringing the chest into the front, breathing in into an up face. Shoulders roll back. Breathe out towards the down face. Left foot front into the pigeon pose. Shoulders roll back, opening up the chest. Take a deep breath in. Shoulders roll back. Breath out, drop the elbows, walk those palms, releasing the tension. Now, this part is not about confidence. Many people say to me, I want to build up that space of confidence. Many people spend their lives trying to become more confident. Yet confidence is often another attempt to feel, I think, to feel safe. Now I want you to see something subtler than that, something subtler. If every uncertainty disappeared, because you're giving all the circumstances of uncertainty, would you finally allow yourself to live? Or would the mind quietly discover another reason to wait? Perhaps the confidence is not what you have been searching for. Perhaps you have been searching for permission. Permission from who? Right time, right event, right age, right body, right mind, politically correct world. Observe those areas very gently, because we are working on the fear of being fully alive. Notice how mind says, I wish life would open, yet what happens when it does open? Every small thing that you are in right at this moment is an opening to life. It's not a closing for life. It may be closing for your old parts. Take a deep breath in and gently coming back. Be gentle with yourself. Into a plank very gently. Strong on the pelvic floor. Drop the knees and stretch the spine. Now a lot of people are going through difficult parts of their relationships with other people, loved ones, families, friends, workers. So to answer those questions is not answering all those events that are happening. But when someone genuinely loves you, does the part of you soften or become cautious? What does that person want from you? Okay, let's say I'll give you another space to discover. Let's say when health begins returning, because most of you are having the health back gently, does gratitude arise, or does another part begins waiting for something to go wrong? Because I know some of them always want that scientifically proven report to be perfect in life so they can continue the life. So when health begins to return, does the gratitude arise, or does another part of begin waiting for something to go wrong? Or just can't accept that it is improving. So disappointment is the familiar place. So your fear of being fully alive in this moment, but you want to be fully alive into the future. Is that what you try to achieve? Scrolling down on the social level, scrolling down to find those things that can get you to the future. Sometimes we do not actually fear suffering. I think we are very fear of openness. We are very fear of someone being generous, because openness asks us to stop defending ourselves. Generosity asks us to stop defending on us. Love asks us to stop defending ourselves. I think that's why we are nervously very fear of giving, receiving, openness. I want you to gently discover this sensation, okay, because there's a subtle energy. These are deeper healing classes that we run on this space. So I'm giving the same spaces and encouraging you to discover within yourself this. So now what's happening, if that is happening, the nervous system is contracts. So bring your awareness into your breathing, even with my guidance. Rolling and bringing the chest into the front, breathing in into the up face. Breathe out towards the down face. Now slightly toes pointing at each other, bending one knee at a time, releasing the tension of that calf and the shins and the hamstrings very gently. Even you can twist the hips side to side to release that tension. Now very gently walk those palms towards the feet. Keep the back straight and looking into the front rather than hunching. Try to get as much as length as possible. Now very gently bending one knee at a time and very gently moving the body towards the straight leg. Very gently releasing to get that extension very gently happening rather than forcing. So you bend the knee and you go, your upper body goes towards the stretch leg. So one knee at a time, one knee at a time. So when the one knee is bent, the other leg is stretched and open. Correct, correct. Bit more bending, bit more bending, bit more bending. Now take a deep breath in, bend both knees, holding on to the opposite elbows, release the tension of the head and releasing the tension of the neck, move the head side to side. Great. And drop the arms and see whether you have gained a little bit depth extension. Now bend the knees and very gently sit deeper. If this is too hard, roll a blanket under the heels and sit deeper. Just find a comfortable position that you're not fighting for the knee pain, the hip pain. And very gently start breathing. Bring your awareness into your breathing now. Notice whether it's already a small holding, not because of anything is wrong, but because holding has become familiar. Pain was familiar to you. Overprotected, that pain was familiar for you. The nervous system quickly asks, is this familiar? Rather than, is this beautiful or is it true? It will ask, is this familiar? Now, if that is coming up for you with this posture, just observe. Sometimes love, peace, and freedom feel unfamiliar for a lot of bodies. And the body contracts before mind creates a single thought. So then it supports by or followed by a thought. Now, if this space is comfortable, very gently, if you're on a stool or a bolster or a blanket, you can drop a little bit more if you can. Otherwise, just bump into the floor and very gently stretch the feet into the front. Now, very gently walk the feet pointing at each other, flexing at, turning on outside, clench and unclench. Very gently take a deep breath in and bring that left knee onto the chest. Get that left foot onto the left side perfectly. Correct. Now right foot flexing. Now take a deep breath in and drop the knee to the left side. Now bend that right knee a little bit more. Just to. Now take a deep breath, arms raised onto the crown, rolling from the hips to the front, rolling. So you're not trying to grab the foot. You're very gently dropping with the leg towards the right side. So now keep the knee bent, the right knee to support your chest, too quickly coming onto the floor or to the leg, and avoid your hunching. So look up again and drop the navel. Look up again, drop the lower rib cage. And if the head and the spine is curving, then you have to keep the knee bent, right knee bent. That's it. Now, I want you to spend some time with the breathing here. Predictions before the experience happen in this moment. Before you hear the next sentence, the brain is already preparing for the next posture. Before tomorrow arrives, part of the mind has already imagined tomorrow, what is it? Especially if you have Monday work. Predictions happen so quickly that you often mistake it for reality. If that is your reality, observe the prediction rather than automatically believing in it. It's okay, but don't believe that that's what it is. Now take a deep breath in, very gently coming back. Now very gently left foot onto the right side. Take a deep breath in, left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Left arm reaching into the back, right elbow past the knee, and opening up, right foot flexing. Now get both buttocks on the floor and start observing the body very gently. Now we will go to another psychosomatic experience if the body is living from yesterday. Now, even with this posture, the brain will constantly ask what happened before and what is most likely now. Because this protects us physically, yet psychologically, it may be prevent us from meeting the life freshly. So observe this. The brain is constantly asking us what happened before and what is most likely now. Now, this overprotecting injuries, this happens. But psychologically, it may prevent you from meeting life freshly because you already has given the yesterday prediction and you're working out yourself from the yesterday prediction. Now, how much of today is actually today? How much is yesterday quietly repeating through expectations? So give us a prediction and give us a percentage. How much of today is actually today in this posture? how much yesterday is quietly repeating through the expectations. When you come into that realization, take a deep breath in and very gently coming back. Shoulders relax and just open. Now stretch both legs into the front, releasing the tension, pointing and flexing. Again, this flexing is really good towards you, and pointing, it releases all those fascia, especially on the feet. Now very gently bringing the right knee onto the chest, right foot onto the right side, and then bring the right heel closer to the other leg and drop the knee, totally dropping the knee. Now very gently bending the left knee, arms raised onto the ground and rolling forward, rolling forward, rolling. You're not going towards the left side, you're actually going towards the front. And you're not hunching the back. The moment your back hunch, shoulders pull back to the ceiling and look into the front and try to get that navel down, try to get that lower rib down, try to get that extension of the middle ribs. Because this is about the identity build around survival, and I'm trying to bring the body back into the present moment. Notice the identities you have learned. I must stay strong, even on the yoga postures. I must always help. I must not disappoint it. I must never need anyone's help. These may have protected you as a teenager, yet every protection has cost. Now take a deep breath and gently coming back. Shoulders relaxed, chest open. Refresh the posture before moving into the other side. Now very gently knee to the chest, onto the right side, right foot onto the left side. Take a deep breath, right arm reaching up, left foot flexing, and gently come into this moment. Now observe. This may have protected you, yet every protection has a cost. It's almost like a mafia. You have depended on it, you have paid for it. Now it's still asking you for the interest. Eventually, this armor protects itself while life is patiently waits behind it. So a lot of people overprotect themselves, actually patiently live behind this armor. So is that today is a safe place for you to drop that armor? What is the shape of the body when that armor is dropped? Life quietly asks, it whispered, what if this moment was never waiting? What if that this moment is embracing you for the next moment? Take a deep breath in, very gently coming back, shoulders relaxed, chest open, and stretch the legs into the front. Shake the legs, release any tension. Now bend both knees. You don't have to bring it to the chest. Arms raised onto the ground and just throw yourself over these knees like you're throwing a rag over a bent stone or a pointy stone, just so that you can soften the fabric, so you can allow the fabric to see the sun more. It's almost like sometimes we throw our carpets around a fence or around a stone it's the same thing. You're throwing the body into that space and just observing why peace feel unsafe. Many of us imagine what we want, peace. But yet, when silence arrives, we reach for movement because we are not settled with. So I want you to bring that space into the body now. The unfamiliar is often mistaken for unsafe because that's what all the politicians are doing, all the media is doing, and all this world matters is led into unfamiliar is unsafe, even on a thought level, even on a vocabulary level. The nervous system may simply be learning a new way of being into this space. Now take a deep breath in and gently come back. Shoulders relaxed, chest open. Now drop the elbows into the back, sole of the feet together and knees apart, and then opening up that throat. And if this posture is somewhere you want to spend more, then put a bolster underneath so that you don't have to. Otherwise, just a couple of more breaths and coming into that space of living without permission. Notice how often you wait for approval, how much you wait for certainty, how much you wait for confidence or validation. Well, you got something new, I have to say. What is life has never required permission, only participation, only presence, only the willingness to stop postponing yourself. Now drop the elbows and totally drop onto the floor. Have we all come that our bodies are nothing left to defend now? Imagine just for one breath that nothing about you needs protecting. Not your image, not what others think about you, not about success, not about past or future. Imagine just that one breath, just for one breath. Nothing about you needs protecting. Observe what happens in the body without trying to change it. Awareness eliminates what has remained unseen. Not the story. Now, pure awareness. Become aware not of the thought, but of that which noticed them. Become aware of not of the thoughts, but of that which noticed them. Not of sensations, but of what which quietly knows them. Awareness does not struggle. Awareness does not defend. So don't blame awareness for your struggle or your defending system. It remains silent, it remains open and unmoving. Can you let go a little bit of the body now? Perhaps freedom is not becoming someone extraordinary. Perhaps freedom is no longer resisting the life that has already been trying to live through you. Maybe you have stopped that. Before the next moment, Ask gently if nothing inside me needed protection. Protection to be right, protection to be validate, protection to be seen. Just for this one breath, how much more alive would I already be? Do not answer. Simply notice sometimes the deepest understanding arrives only after the question has become completely still. Do not answer this. Simply notice the most depth of the understanding arrives only after the question has become completely still. Now, very gently, you have allowed that unnecessary effort of the psychological protection to settle. Sit with this or lie down with this question without searching for answers. Let your life respond instead of. Have you ever tried the life to respond? Now, very gently, knees together, knees to the chest, completely breathe out. Very gently bringing the knees to the chest to complete breathe out. Whenever you're ready, or you can stay there, rock the spine and coming into a seating posture. Arms rest onto the ground. Palms onto the namaskar. Observe how that awareness itself has remained present throughout. Thoughts have changed, feelings have changed, sensations have changed. Yet the simply knowing of experience has remained unchanged. When you're ready, gently deepen the breath. Feel the contact between your body, flow. Slowly open your eyes and carry this curiosity into the rest of the day, not by trying to become someone else, but by allowing yourself to meet the life a little bit more completely. And the class was about the fear of being fully alive. So we went through that psychosomatic practice as a healing, as what we do here. And namaste to you all.